No, too cold. Right, some more bits masked up, ready for paint. I might be going a bit OTT here, but it really bugs me with new brake discs when they've been on the car for a few months. Obviously this is just bare metal here and it just goes rusty and looks horrible. So as I've done on Vinny and PL in the past, I'd just mask this up and then spray it just to get some paint on there. Do you know what, on Project Tardis, it's not a show car, you're not even going to see those bits through the wheels, but it just bugs me when I see it rusty. I don't like it. Same with sort of the drive shafts, where you're just going to spray the back of them. You don't really see them. As you can see, I always mark up when I disassemble stuff. I make sure it goes back on the same side it come off. You know, the stuff is symmetrical, most of it. You know, things like these drive flanges and that, but I always think it is better, you know, to be fitting the matched parts back on. They're not matched from factory, but obviously they've been on the car for a bit. They will wear to that part, so I make sure the CV joints and obviously the drive shafts are sided, but the CV joints aren't, so I always mark them up near side and offside, mark up the drive flanges near side and offside, so they go back together as a set sort of thing. So this is my kind of cold winter spray setup. So you'd have seen when I sprayed the front end of Tardis, the weather was a little bit warmer and I covered all the floors, covered the car and everything. But when it comes to spraying little parts, it's actually a real pain for me. The paint from sort of Paints for You actually works pretty well at low temperatures. I've not really had an issue with that, but stuff like Hammerite Smooth-Right, if you spray that below sort of 15 degrees, you can have problems with it. And the problem is at the moment, I don't want to spray in here because of just getting, the overspray gets everywhere. And, you know, it's not so bad when you're doing big bits on the car because you can mask everything up and get the extractor going, and really make an effort. It's just when you're doing little bits and bobs, you don't want to do that every time. So what I actually do now, I pre-warm everything. I mean, it's like -1 or -2 degrees outside at the moment. I'm not sure what it is in here. It's 10.5 degrees, still probably a bit cold for painting. But I pre-warm the cans, pre-warm the metal, because as I say, if you spray Hammerite on below below 15 degrees, it can cause problems. I'd love to just do it outside because you don't have to worry about overspray then. So I've set up my extractor. This Mark gifted this to me actually, so thank you very much, Mark. He used it before he got his spray mate for spraying. It's quite powerful, it's really noisy. So yeah, I just had that sort of aimed outside and I spray towards it, and it actually does a good job of getting everything out of the garage, so I don't have to worry about overspray. And then basically I'll just put the parts near the heater until they're dried. So there we go, that's the parts had kind of their first coat, and they'll just sit there and bake for a little bit now. But like I say, that's the only real way I can get it done in the winter when it's freezing cold outside without getting overspray and everything. Right, so there's our discs all painted up now, and I've also got like the master cylinder. I've stripped all of that down, just cleaned it all up, made sure all the seals and everything are okay. So I'll just get that reassembled, ready to go back on. CV joints are painted, ready to go back on. Right, that's those front hub assemblies built up now, and we will get them on the car in a moment. I won't tighten the top and bottom swivels up tight because they're going to have to come out again for when the engine goes in. You've got to pull the drive shafts out of the way. I've just put some gloves over the pot joint ends at the moment. I thought I'd just talk about the CV boots. So the CV boots that come off the car, I'm pretty sure were original ones. I'll tell you why, because it seems to be date stamped 84. I don't know whether you can see that, which would be right. It's a GKN make. It says GKN Hardy Spicer, and when I took the clips off, they were solid clips, so they weren't joined. As you can see, I had to cut through them there, but they're not like the type of clips with the, like these with a metal clips with a crimp on them. They were single solid metal piece, and that was inside and outside on them, so I don't think they've ever been replaced. Now I 100% was going to reuse these because, yeah, they are 37-year-old rubber and they've lasted 37 years. There's no cracking or deterioration on them at all, so it did seem a real waste of time putting new boots on when the new boots are probably rubbish rubber and they'll split in no time. But unfortunately, when I took these apart, I just nicked the rubber cutting through those metal clips, so it did split the rubber slightly, and I didn't want to risk it. So it's got these boots on from Mini Spares. They are the heavy duty boots. The boots actually fit pretty well. They're nice and snug, because sometimes these aftermarket boots fit like rubbish. I think the only thing I was disappointed on, it's good that it comes with metal clips, but the metal clips seem to be right at the end of their adjustment each time. So that's adjusted up as far as you can go, that metal clip. It's almost like they're slightly too big, but you're best off using metal clips really, because the plastic cable ties, either that it's too big and it catches on this hub here, or when they break, it just makes a right mess. Usually it's just a problem with the big cable ties. The mechanism on them, like the ratchet bit, is too big to fit inside here, and you fit them on and you go up the road and they just pull the clips off. So better to use metal ones. So let's get these hub assemblies back on the car, and we can actually get it back on all four wheels then. That's quite a milestone, isn't it? Let's get that done. go. Tardis is back on all four wheels. It's looking great. It's a bit high up on the suspension. That'll be because it hasn't got an engine in. But no, it's looking good. It's good to be back on four wheels. It means I can take the skate out from underneath. And now we'll strip that skate down and we'll put the engine on that. So actually it's much smaller underneath. It's about engine size, so I've just got to take some screws out. We'll use that to put the engine on, and then we can start doing the seals on the engine, repaint that engine, get the cylinder head back on and get it to go back, or get it ready to go back in the car. And as we come round under the bonnet, it's looking a little bit messy because we just got wires and cables everywhere just waiting for stuff to go back in, but it's on all fours now. I'm really pleased with how this subframe come out. It looks really good. Glad I had it powder coated, to be honest. And yeah, it probably does look a bit shinier than it would have done originally under the bonnet, but I'm pleased with it. It looks nice. And yeah, I've just got to get that engine cleaned up, new seals in it, painted, get the engine back in, and then we'll start on the rest. So I think that's it for this week's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, do please consider subscribing. There's lots of people that view the videos and who are not subscribers, around about 80%, which is quite remarkable. So I'd appreciate your subscription. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be back again soon on Project Sprout. Project Sprout? What am I going on about? Project Tardis. That's Project Sprout.